Hi, a very good morning to everyone who is here. I'm Debbie Hu, the executive producer for the conference. Thank you very much for all the speakers who actually agreed to speak at the conference today and of course for the next 3 other days. Youku Tudou was actually created when shareholders of Youku and Tudou approved a merger agreement. Youku Tudou is now home to China's 2 largest online video and television platform, Youku Tudou and Youku.com and Tudou.com reaches a combined 80% user reach, reaching a total of 400 million unique viewers every month. And what's more exciting is that they actually have the mobile app traffic that Youku Tudou hit 200 million daily views by July 2013 and continues to grow. Being China's leading internet television company, Youku Tudou's mission is to become the primary source of online video content, from user-generated content and self-produced series to licensed professional content for Chinese internet users across all internet-enabled devices. Content acquisition and production costs in the third quarter 2013 were actually RMB 496.5 billion. That would be equivalent to US $81.1 million. And Youku Tudou is not only an online platform, they are also producing their own content, offering different business models that content providers and advertisers can choose to work with them. So today, we actually have Sunny Zhu Xiangyang, has served as Youku's chief editor since 2006 and was promoted to chief content officer in June 2013 this year. So with rich experience in content, operations, rights management, and internet enterprises in general, Sunny established and leads both Youku's and Tudou's content team. He's in charge of all the content acquisition, co-production, and investment on Youku.com and Tudou.com. Can I just invite all ladies and gentlemen to put your hands together and let us welcome Sunny Xiangyang Zhu. Join me on stage.
Good morning, everyone.
Just to give a brief to everyone on how this morning the whole keynote Q&A session is going to work is that I'm going to ask questions in English, followed by Chinese to Xiangyang, and then we will have Xiangyang answering in Mandarin, then I'll have my translator to translate into English for everyone in the audience. All right, without further ado, let's start with the first questions. In 2012, the news of China's 2 largest internet platform companies has merged. This marked an important chapter in China's internet television business. Can you maybe share with us the overview of Youku and Tudou after the merge on both platforms?
2010年，中国最大的2家互联网公司合并的消息，就书写了中国网络电视行业重要的篇章。那您能与我们分享一下这个优酷、土豆在合并之后两家的这个总体情况吗？
感谢各位。我简单的说一下，优酷土豆在2012年的8月20号已经土豆集团2家完成合并。
Thank you, everyone. Let me first briefly introduce about our merger. That happened in 2012, August 20th, where Youku and Tudou was merged successfully.
我们形成了统一的广告营销团队，形成了统一的版权购买团队，同时呢，我们的广告也实行了统一投放。
So in this process, we have unified the advertising process, the licensing process, as well as the investment in advertising.
我们在刚刚公布的我们2013年的第3季度财报当中呢，整个的业绩非常的良好。我们预计在2013年的第4季度实现我们的首次盈利。
In our recent announcement of our result, we achieved a very good performance, especially in the 4th quarter of 2013. It was the first time we achieved profits.
好，那I'll just go on for the second questions. I mean, for Youku and Tudou's platform, how do we actually differentiate their differences from target audience to the type of content offer? 那对于优酷和土豆两个平台，我们要怎么样区分他们的这个差异呢？我们就从这个目标的观众群体谈到提供的内容的不同。
目前优酷和土豆两家网站，我们做了一个比较明确的一个差异化的定位，就是优酷呢更加符合社会主流人群的价值观，而土豆呢更加的偏重于年轻人的这种文化的打造。
So currently we have marked a clear differentiation between Youku and Tudou. For Youku, we advocate the mainstream value, and as for Tudou, it is a channel that we promote youngsters' culture.
所以我们在内容的采购方面，我们会把相当多的更加年轻人喜爱的内容放在土豆上运营，而把一些更加大众化的、适合于更加成熟的这些观众喜爱的内容呢，在优酷呢做重点的运营。
So when we come to acquisition of content, we would broadcast the content that is more favored by the youngsters in Tudou.com, and for the mass population, the mature audience, they would get the contents from Youku.
So generally, what kind of content are the online viewers in China looking for, and what are their online viewing habits? I mean, short form or long form content. I mean, can you name us some of the top rated shows on Youku and Tudou platform? 总体来说，中国互联网用户会寻找什么样的一些内容呢？那他们在线观看的习惯又是什么？那至于是短内容或者是长内容呢？你是否能够分享一下几个优酷和土豆平台上评价最高的一些秀？
在中国的网络视频市场当中呢，最受欢迎的还是长视频。大家喜欢的电视剧、电影、综艺，这些内容呢，都会在网络视频有非常大的这个观众每天的贡献的流量。
So in the Chinese internet market, what is most popular is the long form. That include the TV series, the movies, the variety shows, and that attract a large number of views.
这张 PPT 里面展示的这个内容呢，就是我们对于整个为我们国内的观众服务的内容的组成部分。我们可以看到有 Studio 专业制作的内容，也有电视台专业制作的内容。
So this PowerPoint shows us the audience composition, and you could see that we have professional content produced by the studio, as well as the as well as content produced by the TV station.
当然，我们也可以看到有很多的自制的内容，网络自制的内容，比如说优酷土豆自己制作的内容，也有一些合作伙伴联合定制的一些内容，还有呢网民自己原创的内容。
So you could also see that there are a lot of original production here, where there are contents produced by Youku and Tudou, as well as the production made by our partners.
所以应该说短视频呢拥有更多的这些观众的上传的数量。那么如果从消费的时长方面来说呢，长视频应该占有绝对的优势。
So you could see that for short forms, there are more uploads by the audience being carried out in the internet. And as for the long form, it is the television's programs.
So on today's title, we have changing the future of TV content. So Youku Tudou to build dreams, create awareness, and rewards. So for half a century, we watch TV content at home, and having a television set is a must. But today, we have different choices. I mean, we can choose from via internet platform, mobile devices, etc. And with Youku Tudou generating 400 million viewers and growing, we definitely see the change in viewing habits and the demand from the online viewers. I mean, can you share with us what is this dream that Youku Tudou is building for the growing viewers and content providers and content creators for both Youku's and Tudou's platform? And more importantly, how are you rewarding them?
今天的这个题目就是改变电视内容的未来。那优酷土豆创造，就造梦创业啊，构建梦想，创造意识和奖励。那我们也知道说，半个世纪以来，我们在家必须通过这个电视机观看电视内容。但是今天呢，我们有了互联网平台、这个移动设备等等的选择。那对于这个优酷土豆产生了4亿用户，并在继续增长的同时，我们肯定的就是看到了互联网用户观看习惯还有这个需求的改变。那您能与我们分享一下这个优酷土豆为自己的用户、内容提供商和制作者构建的这个梦想是什么呢？那你们是怎么样来奖励他们的？
感谢主持人的这个问题。我觉得，从以下几个方面我来谈一下关于我们的这个梦想吧。第一呢，我觉得我们是首先给我们的观众，实现了一个巨大的看到全世界最优秀的内容的这样的一个梦想。
For posing this question. First of all, let me talk about the dreams. So I think that we have been able to provide to the audience the contents that comes from all over the world.
以前我们的观众很少能够看到如此多的，不光是中国本土的内容，同时还有全世界各地的优秀的内容。但是现在在优酷土豆出现以后，他们可以在这样的一个新的媒体平台上看到这样的这些内容，本身来说就是一个巨大的一个需求的满足。
So in the past, the audience are not able to watch a lot of the Chinese production as well as the programs from all over the world, especially those good contents. But now, through Youku and Tudou, they are able to watch a brand new contents through the new media.
另外呢，有很多的人致力于创造更好的内容，而这些梦想在之前的媒体环境里面，他们很难去实现。那今天优酷土豆出现以后，每天有大量的新的视频在上传到这个网站上，证明了他们创造内容，将它分享给更多的人的梦想也正在实现。
And in the past, we always have a lot of people who like to create good contents. So in the past, under the old medias, they are not able to fulfill such dream. But now with new media, they are able to upload the contents generated by themselves, and therefore they are able to achieve the dreams.
这些内容的创作者们现在透过优酷和土豆的内容分享计划，和内容的分成计划，在实现了他们每个月源源不断的收入，而这些呢，在以前是完全不可以想象的，而现在这些收入让他们有了非常大的持续去进行内容创作的这样的一个动力。
And now with this platform for the new content to be created, and with the new revenue sharing scheme, these creators are able to receive ongoing income stream. And as a result, that is able to support them to continue to create more good content.
第三个梦想呢，就是关于和我们合作的全世界各地的版权拥有者们，他们将最好的内容透过和我们的合作放到了优酷土豆平台上，我们也给予他们在版权方面这样的一个合理的这样的一个商业的模式支持。所以呢，我觉得这是一个多方共赢的这样的一个大家一起造梦的一个时代。
The third dream is for the licenses out there where they have good contents. Through the cooperation with Tudou and Youku, they are able to they are able to broadcast this program in the media. So this way, we create multi-wins for all parties, and all parties have their dreams come true.
Well, I understand that Youku Tudou is not only an internet television platform. I mean, you have your own production team to work on original programming as well. I mean, can you maybe share with us, how big is your team? And you have an original web comedy series that has been produced and launched in August. Can you also share with us the creative process on how you decide to produce this web series? 据我了解，这个优酷土豆呢，它不仅仅是一个网络平台、电视平台这样子，那你们还有自己的这个生产团队，制作原创节目。那你的这个团队有多大呢？那你们从8月其实开始就推出了一个原创网络喜剧。那您能与我们分享一下，您是如何决定制作这种网剧的创意过程吗？
我们的自己的内容自制团队实际上非常的小，规模也不大。我们实际上是在用有限的资源去做各种内容的模式的探索。
Our own production team is actually very small, and it is still at a very small scale. And we are using our limited resources to continue to explore new content.
因为我们实际上试图说明，一种和电视节目不太一样的新的网络自制节目，在网上依然可以取得很大的成功。但是谁来去证明呢？只会靠我们自己。所以呢，我们是希望用自己的努力，自己的打造一个成功的节目，来去给到更多的内容的专业的制作机构，以和我们未来联合生产节目的这样的一个巨大的动力。
So what we are trying to do is that we want to differentiate our programs from the television program. And we want to prove that internet programs can be just as successful as the television program. So we go ahead and produce our own content so that we could give confidence to the professional producers out there to be willing to cooperate and co-produce programs with us in future.
说到我们今年非常成功的一个网络剧啊，叫《万万没想到》。这是呢我们透过对于自己网站的运营的这个大数据的分析，我们选择了在网上已经非常成功的一个团队。然后选择网民非常喜爱的这个喜剧题材来去打造的这样的一个网剧的品牌，结果我们取得了非常大的成功。
So what we have done is that we have produced a very successful TV series called Surprise. And what went through behind the work is that we went through big data analysis, and we chose the most successful production team and the best comedy title. And in the end, we create a very successful branded program.
这部剧的目前已经播完了第1季，那么它的整个的流量加起来已经超过了3个亿。它的集均的播出呢，超过了2200万，所以是一个非常成功的自制的成果。
What happened is that this program, this surprise TV series, has just completed one episode and one season, sorry, and we have hit 300 million views, and in total we have 23. So the total viewership for the whole season was 300 million, and the view per episode was 23 million.
So I just want to know, so what's the response? I mean, you said that it was good, but what was the response from the online viewers? I mean, moving forward, I mean, what other program genres are you looking at? And we want to know, so what's your budget?
其实刚刚你就提到说这个万万没想到嘛，就说反应其实蛮好的哦。说这个网上观众，我们是知道了。不过展望未来呢，那你们你们会关注其他什么样的这些节目类型？我相信在座的每一位都想知道说你的预算啊是怎么样的。
在我们自己对于我们观众的了解呢，我们认为更加年轻的内容。然后更加贴近大家日常的娱乐喜好，比如说音乐，比如说这个喜剧，比如说电视剧等等这些方面，微电影这些呢都是我们未来可能要投资的主要的部分。如果说到预算的话呢，这是一个非常让我们显示我们决心的这样一个数字。
Based on our understanding of the audience, we are giving them a whole series of programs that are very popular with them, such as the comedies, the TV series, the microfilm, variety shows, and that will be where our future investment will be channeled to. And as for budget, it reflects our determination in achieving all these goals.
我们在刚刚结束的我们对于2014年的内容战略的发布会上，我提出了我们在明年集团将投入3亿人民币来去对于整个的自制内容进行大力度的这个运作。这个当中呢，包括了我们自己的网络的自制的内容，也包括了我们和合作伙伴共同联合打造的这个内容，也包括了我们用户原创的这样的。
So we just published our 2014 strategic content, and what we're going to do is we will inject 300 million renminbi of investment sum into our own production, co-production, as well as user-generated content.
在我们优酷土豆呢，实际上是从2009年开始做这个网络自制内容。那么经历了5年的积累，我们积累了非常多的成功的案例和品牌。那么现在是到了我们开始全面出击的时候。
So in reality, since 2009, Youku and Tudou have been accumulating experience in this area to build out our brands. So now we are ready to go full force into the market.
Okay, well, 300 million, that's a big sum. Can somebody tweet about this? Okay, between local, domestic, and foreign content, I mean, which is doing better on Youku's platform? Because I know you also acquire content too. 对于这个优酷土豆而言呢，不知道是本土还是这个国外的内容，这个反应比较好呢？因为我知道说你们也有购买嘛，对吧？
本土的内容确实在优酷土豆平台上更受欢迎，这是毫无疑问的，因为我们毕竟都是华语内容的消费者。那但是这个以外的话呢，类似于像英剧、美剧、韩剧，然后像美国综艺、日本动漫等等这些海外的内容，也在优酷土豆上取得了非常非常多的这个流量和关注度。所以呢，现在应该说，这是一个全球化内容的这样的一个包容的一个平台。那么越来越多的人开始喜爱上了海外的内容。
So for the local content, it is undoubtedly the most popular because, after all, these are our Chinese-speaking audience. And however, the overseas productions, such as those from England, from the United States, Korea, some of the variety show from the United States, Japanese anime. The view for this have been increasing, and what we are providing is a platform where our audience are able to receive global content, and the growth in this sector is going up.
所以我们今年除了刚才我提到的这个自制节目以外，我们另外在版权的内容方面呢，我们也提出了全球合作的这样的一个全球购买的这样的一个策略。所以呢，我们希望说，透过我们的这种合作模式，能够跟全世界各地的优秀内容的合作伙伴来进行这样的一个内容的。
So for this year, for the coming year, besides our own original production, we are also increasing our cooperation with the overseas providers in getting more licensed content. So this is our worldwide acquisition strategy. And we hope that through this strategy and through this cooperation model, we are able to provide more good contents to our audience.
I mean, with more and more online platforms in China joining the race, I mean, of course, there's Tudou, there's also others, you know. So how are you actually making sure that you are still the leader? We know that content is king, we all know that. But can you actually give us another answer for this one? I mean, 随着越来越多的这个中国互联网平台啊，就是加入了这个竞争嘛，那你们如何保持这个领先的地位呢？那我们知道这个内容为王，但是你是否可以给我们另外一个答案？
我觉得保持领先呢，始终要有一种 浓厚的一个服务意识。所以呢，我觉得如何给我们的观众、给我们的合作伙伴提供更好的服务，觉得这是我们能够保持领先的这样本的一个法则。
As to how we can maintain our leadership position, I feel that it is very important to have a very strong service mindset. And such service mindset will always ensure that our audience and our providers will get the best.
关于内容为王的话呢，我觉得这是一个相对的一个概念，不同的阶段可能有不同的这样的理解啊。但是在我的脑海里面，我有一个价值的判断，就是真的把内容做成网，才是真正的以内容为王。
So for the content, I think this is content as king. This is really a relative concept. A different time, it would have a different interpretation. So to me, if we are able to produce and execute content that is king, that is truly what we mean by content as a king.
What has been some of the biggest challenges for Youku Tudou? I mean, we heard a lot of good news, good figures, everything. But in regards to content so far, I mean, and how have you actually managed to overcome all these challenges? I mean, 到今天为止，什么才是优酷土豆面临最大的挑战？那你们又是如何去设法克服这些困难的呢？
我觉得分成几个方面来讲。第一方面，我觉得现在最大的挑战还是收入。我觉得这是一个企业生存发展的它始终要去给自己的一个巨大的一个挑战和目标。
First of all, the biggest challenge we face is revenue. And to me, a business can survive only if it can generate sufficient revenue.
所以我们会在已经到来的这个移动多屏时代的话呢，我们会将我们更多的这些收入模式呢，将它和原来的 PC 端和移动端进行打通。那么这样的话呢，扩大我们在这个方面的收入的领先份额。
So what we are trying to do is to monetize the traffic, channel. So we will make use of this mobile and multi-screen era to introduce new model and to combine and connect the PC terminals, PC ends, and other terminals.
另外的话呢，我们要创造除了广告以外呢，更加多元化的收入模式。只有这样的话呢，才可能使我们整个的这个收入更加的长久和稳定。
So another thing is, besides having advertisement fee as our revenue, we are also creating other revenue model so that our entire revenue model is able to sustain and it's able to remain stable in the long run.
第三的话呢，我们在整个的内容方面做到更加合理的布局。比如说我们在版权购买的内容方面，我们在自制节目方面做到非常合理的布局，同时体现我们的品牌差异化。这样的话呢，形成的一个非常核心的竞争优势。
So the third is to come up with a very reasonable, a very rational content layout. This will be in the aspects of our own production as well as licensed content, so that we are able to produce differentiated products, and I think that would be our core competitiveness.
这是我刚才说的我们的内部的挑战，我们的自我的挑战。那么还有一个外部的一个挑战，就是我们要向这个行业里面非常对于整个的市场起到非常扰乱作用的，不利于去创造一个公平竞争的商业环境的盗版行为，进行这样的一个这样的一种斗争。
So what I've just mentioned were all the internal challenges that we face. So now I'd like to talk briefly about our external challenges. So what we are continuing to do is that we are fighting against the disruptive and anti-competition operations and activities that's happening in the market, such as piracy.
最近优酷土豆联合了搜狐视频，联合了腾讯视频，还有乐视 TV， 另外我们还和 MPA 和 MPAA， 然后联合了一些这个影业公司，我们联合向在国内最猖獗的百度视频和快播的这个非常猖獗的盗版行为提出了这样的一个联合的一个斗争的一个行为。
So recently, we have a joint action undertaken by Tudou, Youku, Sohu, Tencent, Le TV, MPA, MPAA, and other agencies to fight against the rampant piracy that's being carried out by QVOD and Baidu.
最近我们也在针对百度视频的这个侵权案例当中的这个庭审当中呢获得了胜诉。所以这些呢都是我们最近在这个方面不断的斗争的这样的一个结果。我们是要给市场一个公平的这样的一个竞争、商业竞争的一个秩序。这不光是保护优酷土豆自身的利益，也是保护在座所有的这些内容创作者们、内容的拥有者们他们的合法权益。
So recently, some of the infringement lawsuit that we have undertaken, we have actually won some of the lawsuit against Baidu. So what we're trying to do is to ensure that the market has a fair competition environment. So this is not just to protect Youku and Tudou. It is also to protect the content creator as well as the content owner.
Well, we've actually heard a lot of things, especially we know that, in end of October or even in November, Youku Tudou has actually launched a lot of news, with putting in 300 million into their in-house investment, and of course, like with the anti-piracy, all this. I'm just wondering, what is Youku Tudou's plan for the upcoming year in 2014? Let's not talk about 5 years. I think that's too far away. Just on online, I think just talk about 1 year, next year. Anything exciting that we should take note of? 优酷土豆在2014年的这个计划是怎么样的？我们就不说5年之后的事情了啊。既然现在日新月异，这东西都变得太快了，我们就说2014年有什么是能够让我们拭目以待的吗
？2014年的话呢，我们一个是拥抱移动时代，跟大家透露一个消息，目前优酷土豆的移动端的流量已经超过了 PC 端，而且呢以非常惊人的速度在持续的在增长。未来中国要新增4.5亿部手机，在2014年，所以这些新的用户的到来，给优酷土豆带来了一个巨大的一个机会。所以2014年我们的第一个战略就是我们全面的部署在整个的跨屏终端的这样的一个我们整个的内容服务和商业模式的打通。
So in 2014, we will be embracing an era of a mobile device. And what happened now is that the view in mobile device is actually much higher than the view through PC terminal. So, and in the coming years, it is expected that there will be 450 million new mobile users. So that will actually present a massive opportunity for Youku and Tudou. So our first strategy in 2014 is to have a multi-screen terminals where we connect all our different business model.
第二呢，我们就是要开拓我们的多元化的这个收入的模式。所以在整个的无论是我们提供的服务的多元化，还是我们基于这些服务衍生的这样的新的收入模式，这些呢都是我们在2014年着重要打造的。目前我们已经在收费的内容、电影的内容的收费，然后呢在这个互动娱乐这方面都已经开始了新的收入模式的探索。
So what we are exploring is to diversify our income model. So this is not only to diversify the services that we provide, it is also about creating new revenue from the services that we provide. And we currently are exploring a fee-based content as well as interactive entertainment.
第三的话呢，我们是在这个整个的差异化方面，我们继续做一些深入的探索，比如说优酷土豆平台的差异化，对吧？强化他们的品牌的影响力。 那么另外的话呢，我们在内容方面实现我们的差异化，我们实现更多的拥有自主品牌的我们的自制内容，对吧？所有这些呢，都是我们把差异化作为我们未来的核心竞争力来进行打造。
So the third is that our core competitiveness in coming year would be to differentiate our products. That will include differentiating these products that we produce, provide by Youku as well as Tudou. So we hope that in this process we are able to increase the brand influence. And also the other thing is about through our own production, we are able to produce differentiated contents for our audience. So this will be our core competitiveness for the coming year.
Well, I guess we do have a lot of audiences here, who are probably keen to do business with Youku Tudou. I'm just going to ask this on behalf of everyone here. For potential partners, sitting in the audience, what is the best way to build relationship with Youku Tudou? 为在座的每一位有潜力成为您生意上伙伴的这个现场观众呢，您能分享要怎么样才能够与这个优酷土豆建立强而又友好的这个合作关系呢？
我非常真诚的希望我们能够和在座的各位在未来成为我们的合作伙伴。我相信在座可能已经有成为我们的合作伙伴了。那这是我的一个非常真诚的一个邀请。
So I sincerely hope that everyone here will be our partner in the future. And I do believe that there are some people here, they are already our existing partners. So I'd like to extend this invitation to everybody.
接下来我想通过几个 PPT 来侧面的来再说明一下哈。现在这张 PPT 大家看到的是有一些在优酷土豆非常成功的英剧和美剧。这些是非常受中国观众欢迎的。
So now I'd like to explain using this PowerPoint, and here you could see some of the very successful drama series that's from the UK and the United States.
接下来，我们去看到，我们以美剧为例的话，我们来去看到，在我们的这些所有的观众。他们究竟是一群什么样的人？他们是什么年龄？受过什么教育？他们男性多还是女性多？等等，这些都在这个我们给大家提供的这样的一个 PPT 里面，大家可以去看是不是自己的内容可以受到他们的喜爱。
So these slides give you the composition, the breakdown of our audience in terms of their age, their education, the gender. So you could examine this PowerPoint carefully to see whether these are the audience that you are looking for.
对，再接下来我们再看一张 PPT， 这是各种不同的内容，不同的类型的这些美剧，他们的主要的一些在国内受欢迎的一些代表作。
These are some of the typical U.S. drama series that are very popular in China. So you could see these are the different content genres.
好，我们再接下来我们看到的是韩剧，这些是在中国非常受欢迎的韩剧的代表作品。
These are the Korean drama series that have been very popular in China.
好，我们再接下来，我们看到韩剧的观众的构成，韩剧观众的这些特点。
You could see in the slides the composition of the audience watching the Korean movie, Korean drama, as well as their characteristics.
我想透过这几张 PPT 呢，就大致告诉大家，目前在国内什么样的内容更加受欢迎，然后呢，喜爱他们的这些观众究竟是一群什么样的人。那如果大家能够对这些有更深入的研究的话呢，包括跟自己的内容进行比对，那我想我们未来就可以找到我们合作的方法。
So through all this PowerPoint, we hope to let you understand better the contents that are very popular with the Chinese audience, as well as what kind of audience are they. So if you could study all this data deeply, I think we would be able to cooperate in a more better manners.
我们也试图通过这样的一个内容生态圈， 整个的一张一个路径的演示的话呢，来去告诉大家我们现在正在建立的，包括未来会不断强化的这样的一个生态系统。
So we are also showing you the future content ecosystem that we are building.
Okay, I think our time's up. Thank you very much, Sunny, for doing this for us this morning. 非常感谢你来到我们的亚洲电视论坛，谢谢。